Hey family, can you say tired? I'm tired. I'm at my second job. It's quiet now. The kids are down. Taking a little time to reflect on the day and I guess every day. Um, had a pretty cool conversation with my sister earlier and one of her girlfriends. Talking about relationships and things that go on. And just sitting here thinking about things, and I was thinking about some of the mistakes that we make in relationships or in looking for a relationship. And one of the things that stuck out to me is that relationships are basically like um, job interviews, not not the actual relationship, but like when you're beginning a relationship or looking for a relationship. um, what we put out, as far as what we want and what we don't want, is in essence our resume. And depending on the type of individual that applies for the positions that we're advertising, you could get somebody that looks really good on paper, but in practice, they they just aren't up for the job. And I say that to say we'll say we want this loyal individual, um, person that cooks, likes to do this, that, and the third, and the individual that will step up for this job, like he sees you. And I'm not just saying that this is the case with men, because women do the same thing. We see something and we're like, oh, this is fabulous, but we know we don't have our shit together. Same thing with guys. Like you'll see something that looks really great on the outside. You don't have your shit together, but you're going to deal with this or go for this situation because that's what you want at the time, regardless to whether or not you're up for it. Okay, so we'll put out there, men and women, we'll put out there what we want in a relationship, and then at the same time we're also putting out there what we don't want in a relationship, what we've been through in a relationship, what we don't want to deal with. So if you have an individual whose intentions are not honorable, not admirable, they still about gains because they haven't found themselves, or they just looking for a come up, which in this society, the world that we live in now, it seems like every other individual that you meet is looking for a come up or to one up the next person because so much hurt has taken place in their life. Not justifying it, it is what it is though. So you'll get this individual, and what you've given them the instructions or the resume on how to get this job, or how to get to you, to get at you, to get in you. But what you've also given them at the same time is you've given them the instructions, resume, whatever, to get away from you when they've gotten what they want from you. So if you get with this individual and you've given him or her those things, and they like, okay, well, I got what it was. She's fabulous looking. He's fine as whatever, but I'm not really feeling him. So what they're going to do is those same things that you just said that you don't want in a relationship, that you don't want to fuck with a person about, they're going to start doing it. And if you have honestly made it up in your mind that you're just not going to deal with them things in relationships anymore, then you're going to give this person their walking papers, or you're going to fire them. They're going to be terminated from the position that you thought they were perfect for, or somewhat perfect for. So you've gotten rid of this individual, which is what they basically wanted. Like I said, if their intentions weren't right, you've done the work for them. Because if they weren't coming correct to begin with, they're not going to be man or woman enough to say, okay, well, I'm really not feeling you, so I'm gonna walk away from this. You've done the job for them. Yeah, relationships, they can be like tests. Everything in life is a test. Like I said, keeping it real. You you give a person all the answers to a test, of course they are going to get a perfect score. But in love and life, I mean, honestly, is that what we that's what we want to do? That's what we really here for? You just get tired of being tired of being tired. And I sit here, and I'm saying this because I am in no way perfect. I i come to you as a single person because while I admire the concept of a relationship and having someone be there for you, when I go to put it in practice, it doesn't work. And I think that in myself there are things where I have made the same mistakes that I'm sitting here talking about. And when I try to do something new, there'll be something that I think I'm healed from something previous, and it just doesn't stand to be true. And it's not fair if you're not completely healed over a situation, over the hurt that caused you, to go into something new and put that bullshit on somebody else. Is not fair. So, you know, like I said, I sit here and think about a lot. I look at posts on Facebook. I talk to family members. I talk to friends. And that has been the common denominator, that you say what you want, you say what you don't want. Stop doing that. Let a person learn you, and in essence you learn them. For me, if I meet somebody and they're like, well, what do you like to do? Stuff. All right, well, here's what I want to do. And if they make plans for it, and that's along the lines of something that you're into, go for it. Life is too short. You only live once. Enjoy the shit. Stop giving so much information of yourself when the person may not be worth giving it to. And I'm not knocking anybody, because we all have worth. But if a person sets out to use you, to get what they want from you, then they haven't realized the worth that they have in themselves yet. I'm going to end with this. Like I said, if I give you all the answers to the test, of course you're going to get a perfect score. But in getting me to fall in love with you, and you to fall in love with me, sorry, but that's just not a test that you're going to be able to study for. Peace.